All right, well, just went and picked up another car. I honestly don't know how this one's gonna be. I just bid on it. It was pretty cheap. Said it had mechanical problems, so I figured, do some motor work, stuff like that. Ain't no big deal. I honestly don't know a whole lot about them, so that could be a little bit of an issue. But the car is, I'm not gonna lie, it's worse than I thought. It's hard to see some of the stuff in the pictures, and this lot is kind of far away for me to come check it out. And I figure, oh, it's cheap, I should be all right. But from what I can see, there's quite a bit of body damage that you can't really see in the pictures. Which ain't a huge deal. But the biggest thing is the tie rod ends are busted, both of them. So now the wheels go opposite directions. And not only that, but 3 of the 4 tires are flat. So I was not expecting that at all. So this is going to be one that's going to be a little tricky. It's going to take some work. Really got to think about what I do with this one. You get it back to the house, get it off the trailer somehow, or leave it on the trailer and go through it and inspect it real good and decide what I want to do with it before I even unload it, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So this is the first time I'm actually kind of a little nervous about what I picked up. One of the other cars I got the other day wasn't too bad. I'm ordering some parts for that, but this one is kind of I don't know. We'll see. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I want to go ahead and run through the 2004 BMW X3. This is the 3.0. We're going to go ahead and go through this, and like I said before, I'm not going to sit here and do a detailed video about like fixing everything on here, like the quick time lapse thing and everything like that. I'm just going to give you guys a rundown of the vehicle. I'm going to show it to you now, talk about all the work that needs to be done, and then I will show you a video at the end, or I'll put a clip at the end of it all completed and running and driving and all that, going for a test drive and everything. I will film a few things here and there, maybe in between, like if something funny happens or something crazy, and maybe something I've never seen before. But for the most part, we're just gonna check it out, tell you what needs to be fixed, fix it, and come back and show you the finished product. Because, like I said before, that's really what most people are interested in. This is going to be a budget build. I put $1,000 budget on this car. I've already started some of the work on this. I started filming some things, and then I sat down to edit it, and I'm like, you know what, this is going to be too much. Let's just, let's just film it and be done with it. So there's a few things that is already done. I will show you. The other side, I got some stuff ripped apart right now. But let's go ahead and take a quick look at this thing, and I'll show you what needs to be done and what I plan on doing to it. So let's check it out. Alright, so like I said, this is a 2004. It's got 129,000 miles on it. I do have this front tire off here because part of the mechanical issue is that the tie rod, one got snapped completely in half and the other one was bent like an S. So I already did do that work down there. I got the new tie rods and stuff put on already. Alright guys, so I don't know what the heck this dude hit, but it jacked this tie rod up. I'm not gonna lie, I've never seen one like this. I mean, you can see how it busted off the threads. But look at this. It bent the end right here where the ball is, and so bad that it put a gouge into the actual metal part right there. That is horrible. I've never seen one like that before. That is nuts. Alright guys, so went ahead and got the tie rod and tie rod ends put back on the driver's side. We're going to hop over to the passenger side and do the same. But the steering wheel is pretty crooked, so I went ahead and I locked the steering wheel straight in the upright position. I turned it all the way to the left and then counted back and went all the way to the right and counted back, found the center, made it in the upright position, locked it there. And then what I did was, just to get this enough of an alignment close until I get it to shop to get it aligned, I measured off of the frame up here. This is pretty straight, so I just measured from here to the edge of the rotor and this side to the edge of the rotor, and I just used a speed square like this to find where the edge of the rotor is and use the tape measure on there. That way I know it's pretty much fairly close. So like I said, I'm gonna hop over the passenger side, knock that out real quick, and get these wheels back on and drop it to the ground, check it out, see what it looks like. I did get brand new tires for it, as you can see, because there were 3 flats. One I think just popped the bead, the other 2 had cuts in them. So moving on to the front here, you can see that it looks like they hit something. It's got a carbon fiber lip, which is pretty sweet, but they hit something and busted the little lip mounts and stuff like that. I got new ones ordered in. The bumper took a little bit of beating and the grill's busted, so we're gonna go ahead and get all this fixed. I already got a guy lined up to paint this bumper for me. You can see it's been painted before and they didn't quite do a good job. See how the match is off a little bit right there. But for the most part, I think this thing's gonna look pretty good when it's done. He's got these aftermarket fog lights on here, which is kind of cool. Other than that, body wise, I mean, it looks good. There's no major damage, you know, to anything else. It's got sweet mirrored tint. He's got some stuff wrapped on here. Blacked out taillights. Wrapped upper deck. It's got this body kit thing on it. You can see right here. Normally the traditional ones step in. This comes out along with the sides there. So, and it looks like it's been lowered a little bit. It's on jack stands right now, so it's kind of hard to tell, but so we will be peeling obviously the stickers off. Stickers off the rear. I'm not going to peel the wrap off the top. I know it doesn't look that great. It's all cracked and everything, but I'm not going to mess with that, being a budget build. Yeah, that won't cost anything. I kind of like the little bit of black that they have on here, but at the same time, it's going to be a little time consuming. We are going to do something with this rear logo though. I got an idea for that. So there is some damage to this rear bumper here. I'm debating on what to do with this. I don't know if I should just pull this off and have paint guy do this one as well, or I don't know yet. I'm still debating on that. Then here's this side. Like I said, it's a good looking vehicle. I think it's kind of cool what he did to it. It's got carbon fiber accents on just about everything, kind of edged out. I don't know if you kind of see it up there on the roof as well. Everything's trimmed out in carbon fiber. So take a look on the inside. Needs to be cleaned. Obviously I haven't done anything to it yet. It's got the M Sports package on it though. You can see it's got the sills, the pedals, the foot plate there, the steering wheel. The e-brake, it's got a cover, and then the shifter as well is pretty sweet. He did rip the radio out of it. He had an aftermarket radio in here and they pulled that out. So I've been trying to go through, figure out the wiring and stuff for that. I'm going to put another one back in here. He's got the aftermarket screen up top, which is pretty neat. I thought it was just a glove box at first, and I went to check it and realized it was a screen. So once I get the radio wired up, that'll work. LEDs and all the lights. Big panel roof. All leather interior, fully loaded. Power everything. So, like the darker wood grain the inside. So it's a very nice vehicle. Like I said, it needs to be cleaned up. Needs some work to it. A bunch of junk in the back. Had to get back here to the battery. It's kind of hard to see back here. It's probably dark, but it does have the deck cover too, which is a nice feature. All leather in the rear as well, and the lights have been changed out to LEDs in the rear as well. So I don't know what the flickering deal is with that one, but so like I said, we've gotten we got some radio work to do. We've got let's see what else we got. Radio work. We're gonna get that all taken care of. Already got the tie rods done, inner and outers. Tires are taken care of. We're gonna get the front bumper taken care of and painted. I already got these new strut mount things, whatever the heck they're called there. We're gonna fix this lip, everything like that. They rigged this bumper up. It needs new hood latches. These latches are shot. There's you know, the actual latches here. You can see that the cable, they were pulling on it and busted or whatever. So I got all that new to be replaced. I have a misfire right now I'm working on. I have a bad coil on number 2. So I have that on order, waiting for that to come in. And then you can see here, look how rigged up this is. The bumper doesn't even sit flush because this bracket that they have on here is all jacked up. They rigged this one, like this whole thing is rigged up. And you can see they ran screws up through the grill, so whenever this thing got hit or whatever happened to it, it just busted the plastic right off because it's probably already cracked. So I'm gonna be going through them, backing all these screws, taking all these screws out. I think I'm gonna cut these tabs off kind of flush here, except for the ones that are good on the inner and outer part here. And there's actually supposed to be a mount that kind of, it's the same shape as the bumper here, and it mounts back to this point right here and this point right here. So I'm gonna take these stupid little bars off, and I actually just ordered the whole mount assembly that goes back behind there. It kind of comes down through here too as well. You can see that they used a drywall screw and just screwed the bumper to the reinforcement bar, and that's why this whole section buckled and chipped the paint and everything. So like I said, I'm gonna get the bumper taken care of, got the whole mount. We're gonna mount this thing up right, make sure everything is mounted good. I even got a little a tow hook on order. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there, remove this one out once we get the bumper off, just because I could not find this bumper anywhere. I didn't know if it's aftermarket or what the heck it was. So I've been doing a lot of Googling, a lot of researching, eBay and everything, and I finally came across it. And I found it on a 2006 X3. It's the only other one I've ever seen that has it. It's actually called a Technic front bumper. And the thing is about $1,000. So obviously I'm not going to spend $1,000 on a new bumper for this thing, because that would blow the budget right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and just go ahead and repair this one. It'll look 100 times better when it's done, I promise. So it's even got these cool, I don't know what you call them, eyelids, I guess I would call it, or something. I don't know. So when it's closed, it's got the black bezel headlights, which is pretty nice. So like I said, I guess the paint's not too bad. It's just a little bit darker than the actual metal, but I'm gonna go ahead and give the paint guy the code, obviously, and see if you can paint off. If it's off just a little bit like it is now, I'm not worried about it. It's gonna look good when it's done. Especially look a lot better than this, you know, all smashed up and stuff. And so that's the deal. I do need to work on the sunroof. Sunroof is stuck up, which I see is a common problem with these. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the sunroof down. I'm probably gonna go ahead and order the track kit to have it. Seems like the track or one of the arms is busted or whatever. So I'm gonna go ahead and mess around with that, see if I get that taken care of. And I think that's about it, really. You know, let me know what you guys think so far. Oh, one other thing is the windshield is cracked. It's kind of, I don't know if you see it in the video. It's real low here. It goes over and curves back down. I will not be replacing that windshield because those are expensive. And honestly, it's, like I said, it's a real low crack, so I'm not worried about it. I'll probably peel that sticker off on the top though, and then obviously I'll have to get this one out of there. So, and I just noticed one other thing I want to show you guys real quick. So it's got a boost gauge in there, and I thought he had some work done to it, like a turbo or something, and I was kind of like, oh sweet. And then I started looking at it and realized no, it's not. Then I realized that this thing wasn't even it's not even hooked up. It's just the gauge. So the only thing with this is I think I might pull this off. I think I'm gonna unscrew this thing and look and see how the holes are into this. The only reason I'm thinking about doing that is, one, because this is not even hooked up, and two, if you look, this is actually an airbag right here in this pillar. So if whoever I sell this car to happens to get in an accident and something happens, this thing comes off and hits them in the face, or doesn't, you know, deploy because they screwed it to the front. I don't know. It's just one of those things that I don't, you know, I don't want to have something like that, you know, potentially hurt somebody just because somebody thought it looked cool. You know, when to me it's kind of a safety issue. Honestly, I'd rather have two little screws here and just explain to them like, hey man, you know, here's this boost gauge, you could have it if you want, because I'm not going to do nothing with it. But I took it off because, you know, like I said, that's the airbags, or that's a safety thing. That's just not right to have on there. You know, so I might be kind of a hillbilly, but when people's you know, lives and stuff, you know, is on the line, then that's just not cool. You know, it's not something to do. So I understand rednectified rebuilds, but let me just put it out there now. I do not redneck stuff on the vehicles, like those brackets and crap like that. Maybe the way I do stuff or come up with some crazy invention or tool to use might be redneck, but that's where the rednectification will come in. But rigging a vehicle is one thing I will not do, because like I said, ultimately I'd feel bad if I sold a vehicle that I rigged something up and, you know, got it to them and then something happened or airbag didn't deploy or something because of something stupid like that. Like, that's just not cool. So alright guys, well, that's it. We will go ahead and do some work to this thing, and then I'll come back and show you guys the finished product. Alright guys, well, it's done. Here it is. Just finally finished up. Got that front bumper taken care of, headlights taken care of. Thing looks good. Had my cousin paint the bumper. Really happy with it. Said we didn't do nothing to the rear. We didn't end up fixing this. I do have a paint match though from the front bumper. If somebody wants to buy this, then I'd probably just give them the paint if they want, and then they can fix that. Got the insides all cleaned up though. Back's all cleaned up. Moonroof fixed. Radio in. Oh yeah. Things looking good. Took a little longer than expected, but glad it's done.